is a Bramble Jam podcast. Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Lifetime movies.
I'm Patrick Serrano, and I'm a Lifetime movie expert.
And I'm Dan, and I despise Lifetime movies, and this is the Deck the Lifetime on Court podcast. Boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
You told me the title was Revenge is a Dish Best Served Chilled.
No, Revenge. You can't even say Revenge Best Served Chilled.
Chilled. And so I brought a milkshake from Cookout.
Have you ever been to Cookout?
Have you ever been to do you know what Cookout is?
Is this a sponsored content? Yes, I have, and I love Cookout.
It's not. It's a southern version of In-N-Out Burger, basically.
Got it. I've never been to either, so East Coast over here, we don't do drive-through burger things.
Is that true of
That
East
can't be true. Wait a minute.
No, it's true.
In Virginia, they don't do any drive-through burger things?
No, I mean, McDonald's, but no, there's no no one's going to roller skate up to me and give me a milkshake. That's not happening in Maryland.
Maryland, that's right.
That's north of the Mason-Dixon line.
Put your roller skates away, people.
Yeah, we don't got time for that. We don't got time for that.
Just do it.
Thrilled this month with the decision to do Revenge Best Served Chilled.
Yes.
A title that still unsure of the chilled aspect.
Is everybody just really chill in the movie? They're just really cool.
Nope. The opposite, in fact.
Opposite of that, actually. This title spawns from the very classic Godfather quote, "Revenge is a dish best served cold."
Yes. That's why I said what I said to begin.
So me remembering this title was very difficult because I kept going to the quote.
Yes.
And then being like, chilled. Oh, revenge, chilled. This just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Did he try to get, you think the director or whoever tried to get by with Revenge Best Served Cold, and they were like, you can't do that. It has to be chilled.
Yeah, they're like, that is definitely trademarked, and Marlon Brando will have your ass. So
yeah, that's right.
And it's not like we're not dealing in this movie with ice wine.
No,
as we have in the past.
Yeah, that would make sense.
That would make sense, but no, not here, not now. This is just your standard wine.
Yeah, and you do chill. You do chill a white. You do chill a rosé. You chill champagne.
Sure.
You chill some reds every now and then.
So I guess you can.
You can. I mean, they're probably not chilling it like I do with ice in the glass, but
That's classy. That's next level.
Classy.
That's right.
That's right.
Or, you get those things that you freeze that you put in the ice so the water doesn't, get in there.
Oh,
One of those.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's the fancy stuff right now.
Do you have to order, at this point, we're just ordering wine neat or on the rocks? Is that what we're doing? Get a Chardonnay rocks. Chardonnay rocks, please.
You stay hydrated that way.
You do.
Have you ever done a wine on the rocks while you're out and about?
No, that's only at home. Okay. That's only at home. Let's keep it real, okay?
Let's you want to dive into the movie?
Yes, before we do, I have big news. So everybody, and when I say everybody, I mean people who listen to this podcast, were reaching out last month, loving the Candace Cameron Bure theme song.
Yes.
And they were sad that it was never coming back. So it's out on iTunes and Spotify and all that today.
Wow.
Yes.
Right now, what do we search?
You just search Patrick Serrano, and I'm an artist page. I have one single, and it's Candace Cameron Bure. What you say, Candace Cameron Bure?
You're gonna make so much money off of that
Let's
track.
trend on Spotify. Let's do it.
Right? Let's do that. So yeah, the payout is minimal. So,
but not if you become like a little TikTok trend or something though. Trending audio, popular.
I did. Yes,
that could be you.
The box to be included in social media. So
there you go.
Any stream, anywhere,
anytime.
Man, go get it right now. Go listen right now.
Think about the endless opportunities that you could have making a TikTok dance to that song.
Yep.
This is me doing the TikTok dance.
I listed it as party music.
Yeah,
so
it is.
Yeah.
I'd say.
How
play
much
it
would
at your
cost,
Memorial Day party,
How much would it cost to make a CD single? You know, like you used to buy at the Sam Goody. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Sure.
How much would it cost to just get one of those? Patrick's face on the cover, the whole thing.
I don't know. I use CD Baby to that was the cutest name to list my single, and that cost $40 to have it listed forever.
Okay, but to buy a CD single, I think we need to invest.
Yeah.
We need a copy.
I want it on vinyl.
Yeah. A vinyl. Oh, a vinyl.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'd be a short album.
Yeah, but also
It's like a 20-inch rim tire. It's just like very just on the outside.
But it actually it loop. It's like on multiple times, so it just kind of keeps playing.
All right, that makes sense.
Which I think is the idea.
We'll work on another single together, and we'll add to the.
I love it.
We'll get an album out eventually, but for now, that's available. But okay, now jumping into the movie, I just wanted to let everyone know that song you asked, I did it.
That was a great use of a plug, and I appreciate you doing.
He's nothing but a man of the people.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, you just tell me what you want, and I'll make it happen.
That's right.
Okay?
It's unbelievable.
That's what I do. I'm here for you. I'm not here for me.
No.
I left my parents at brunch today to come here for you guys.
That's right. That's right.
I did. I said, Mom, Dad, I gotta go. I'm late for a recording of Deck the what is this called? Deck the Lifetime. Rolls right off the tongue every time.
You left your mom and dad hanging at brunch this morning.
I did. I did.
Did you get to eat at least?
Did you get something like a
I did. I
mimosa?
got some chilaquiles.
Okay.
They're very good. But yeah, no, they're still there.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
Yeah, I'm like, don't come into my apartment. I'm busy.
We're busy. We're busy here.
So
That's right.
I'll find them later. They're fine.
Well, just don't forget Revenge.
Revenge.
Best served
Oh,
chilled.
they might be getting revenge on me. So
You left us at brunch.
Not cold.
Interesting story. Revenge Best Served Chilled stars Monique Parent, kind of like my parents.
Wow. This is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
It's almost like
It's all really coming together. The milkshake, the brunch, everything.
Michael Swan, Michelle Kwan's cousin. And
Is that true?
No, I just made that up. And Lynn Kim Do, she's our star. And let me just say, Lynn, or maybe Lynn Kim, I don't know. It's probably just Lynn. Lynn, you're awesome. You did really good.
Yeah. Lynn,
Man, if you're
what was
calling
it?
that out early, that means this movie's bad.
What was her full name?
Lynn Kim Do.
Lynn Cam Doe be in more movies. I don't know. I was trying to do a pun with the name.
Yeah.
Wasn't worth it.
Yeah, no, it was
but
bad.
she was great is what I was trying to get at. I agree with you, Patrick.
Yeah, Lynn Kim do more movies.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was better.
It was not hard either. Like it was all done for you. You just had to add more movies.
But it was.
Yep. I think it's pronounced do, not do, but it's spelled D-O, so, you know.
There you have it.
You do you.
Oh, Michelle.
You I love a good brand joke.
Don't you?
I do. They really make me happy, and you know we should have more of those.
Should we? Should we though?
You're right. Maybe 10, we'll give you 5 per episode.
Okay, fair enough.
That's one.
That's one. All right, here we go.
Pretty hefty quota there.
All right, so jumping into the movie, obviously it is about wine. Since we established
chilled.
that, we have a woman. The movie starts kind of like in one of these flashbacks. It's like the 70s. We can tell because she's wearing a maxi dress, that's a flowy dress, boys.
I didn't know. I didn't know it was a
sorry.
flashback. I didn't know it was a
know it.
flashback. I thought it was a flash forward to the end of the movie, but.
Well, you can tell by the dress. It was like a long floral dress.
Note to self for next time.
Maxi dress.
If it's a flowy dress.
Taking notes. We're good.
This is a flashback.
When maxi dresses were a trend, it was very dangerous. Women were falling on their faces in the streets. Dangerous fashion time. So,
wow.
You know, we're glad that's over. And this woman also is in danger. She's in a literal cave, grabbing wine from a wine cellar and like screaming and looking around. And she hides under like a little, I don't know, crate or something. And she's like, help me. And then the bottle slow-mo flat, like falls on the ground and smashes artistically.
Mm-hmm. Very artistically, I might add.
Single cam?
And then
Single cam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we get the title card, and we're like, ooh, what happened to the maxi dress woman?
Yeah. From
I
years
thought
ago.
it was a good title card, too.
Yeah. You know, spending
This
the extra
movie
money
must
on
suck, you guys.
the title card.
Listen, what was it? Was this a Mac? What was the who made this movie? Miramax.
I think this is Marvista.
Marvista.
Miramax? You thought Miramax made this movie?
Marvista is the Miramax of TV movies without the problematic owner.
Yes, you get it. You get it. Yeah. Listen, why how the mighty have fallen to Lifetime movies.
So we cut to present day. We meet a vlogger named Emily. That's our Lynn Kim Do. She hosts a show about wine on YouTube. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so me, except my YouTube channel has been inactive for a while. Sorry about that.
Did you host was it a wine like YouTube channel? Were you trying wines and stuff?
No, but I just, drink wine and talk on YouTube. So
that's fair.
But it's not a bad idea for a YouTube thing, though, if you want to get on that.
Yeah, I always say, like, I don't want to talk about wine unless they're paying me to talk about it. Like, Cooper's Hawk paid me one time, and I will say that wine is terrible.
Really?
They should have never paid me. Don't drink Cooper's Hawk. Okay.
Cooper's Hawk sounds like a gas station wine.
Yeah, it was so bad.
Did it come in a box? It came in a box.
Hey, don't judge box wine. We'll get there. We'll get there.
I let them do the judge.
You just want to take the shit the next few plays out.
Go ahead, Patrick. You got it, buddy.
Okay, so Emily is qualified to talk about wine. Basically, she's a vlogger, and she's up for this like well-renowned sommelier. Yeah, when I see the word, I can't say it. Sommeliers. Yeah, like she's up for like there's a U.S. conference for like the best one of those.
Can you really not say the word?
I can't. I'm seeing it, and it's like too many M's, too many E's.
Sommelier.
Sommeliers.
There's only one E in sommelier, isn't that right?
But I made it a plural. Maybe I made up this word.
There's not another E in a plural. That's an S, right?
All right. Well, that's on me. That's on me. If you ever read my blog, you know I make up words all the time.
Michelle Kwan's cousin.
People making fun of my ring light on the chat. Guys, I don't have any front lighting. This is what you have to deal with.
You're doing a great job. I saw a ring light company on Shark Tank where they do the ring light in shapes so that when it shows off in your eyes or your glasses, it's fun. So that's the future.
Cool. Nobody gave them money, right?
I think Kevin gave him
no. I hope not. Barbara did.
That's not Barbara. I think Lori might have because of like QVC.
That tracks. Yeah, I'd buy that on QVC. All right. Yeah. Anyways, so Emily works at a restaurant, and her father owns the restaurant, and it's named after her dead mother who died in a car accident, as everyone does in a Lifetime movie. Lila's restaurant.
Yeah.
A mysterious woman comes in, and it's like raining on a stormy evening. Her name's
very
Jillian.
Stormy. She should not be outside.
No.
Okay.
And she comes in, and she's like with the Wine Academy.
My thing is, it's really stormy. She could have picked, she walks out of her hotel room, I'm assuming, and she sees the storm. She's like, I'll do it tomorrow. That's what any normal person would be. This should have been a red flag.
Not her, though.
Not her. She said, I'm in it to win it.
In it to win it?
That's exactly right.
Yes. And she comes in, and she's like, she shades the place right away. She's like, this place is interesting. She's not very into it. She's kind of snobby. She tells Emily that the competition is going to be cutthroat. And apparently Emily's mother was also once up for the same position that Emily is, the best sommelier in the country, in the United States.
Wow.
So to prove herself, Emily's like, I will prove to you that I know wine. She pairs a Chardonnay with mac and cheese because, quote, it's they pair Chardonnay in Italy with Alfredo.
Are you serious right now?
Which is the Italian mac and cheese.
What?
That's literally what she says. Yes, it does. And I was like, oh, gosh, Italians don't eat Alfredo, right? They do not eat Alfredo.
It's the Italian mac and cheese, don't you know?
Italian mac and cheese.
Cheese.
Yeah, they put it on the menu in Italy, so like people who aren't like comfortable with a different cuisine will just be like, "Oh, Alfredo, I know that," and they'll eat it. No one in Italy eats Alfredo.
That's absurd.
It's the Italian mac and cheese.
And then Chardonnay. That means that Chardonnay would pair well with a mac and cheese. That's what I've been missing.
It actually would. Buttery with the buttery. Makes sense.
It's double butter.
This YouTube channel is going to be
why haven't
hook,
you started this yet, Patrick?
Oh, you're right. I mean, I know about wine.
Dude,
but
what if you did it and you never told the brand of wine? People would ask in the comments.
You cover it up.
Like,
you cover it up.
Tell me, I want to go purchase this wine. And you'd be like, no, go. I can't. I'm just here to tell you that it pairs nicely with, but I can't tell you the brand name.
I love the idea of you pairing wine with like crappy food, like mac and cheese.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we throw the food at him.
With some pulled pork. Like, let's get crazy.
Frozen State Fair corn dogs. Patrick.
There you go.
I need you to pair it with a wine for me.
Okay, I'd go with a Prosecco probably.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't?
The bubbles with the cornbread, be delicious.
Above and beyond this guy.
This guy. I love it.
Basically, how hard is a sommelier or a job, okay? Right?
As hard as it is to say. That'd be my guess.
So, Brian is Emily's dad. Brian, your dad's.
Don't you talk about it. Get my dad's mouth out. Wait. Get my dad's name. There it is. Carry on, sir.
Sorry. Brian, not Bran. Brian is the dad. He doesn't want his daughter to go. And because we learn later that, the wife went and it didn't end well for her. But, spoiler alert, she's the maxi dress woman.
Oh.
We're just going there. We just have to. It's not a big mystery. We all pieced it together by now.
I know I did.
So Emily drives up to the mountains. She's another artistic shot. Shout out to the director.
Shout out.
For this like Brokeback Mountain, like wide camera angle of the mountains. I was going to be like, I can't quit you and all that stuff. It was like in the mountains. Do you guys not think of Brokeback Mountain every time you see a mountain? Is that just me? Is this a gay thing?
It might be a gay thing, Patrick. I will say there will be certain shots, like I know when you said it, I knew what you were talking about. But typically, if I see a drone shot of the mountains, I just assume the TV movie just found it on public domain.
Believe it or not, though, this is the first time somebody's asked Dan and I whether or not something is just a gay thing.
Yeah, I know. You'd think we get that question
we don't get
all
that
the
a lot,
time.
so it was first one for us. But yeah.
I know. I'm like, Alonzo doesn't ask you guys that a lot.
No.
He doesn't trust our opinion.
He will tell us.
Yeah.
This is a gay thing.
Got it. That's the difference. He's very confident.
That's right.
I'm very like, wait a minute. Is this me? Is this me?
Yeah. Also different generation. He's Gen X gay. So that's a much more different. Millennial. Different.
I saw Gen X
You're
gay
asking
live.
the questions. Yeah, exactly.
You're right. I'm putting it back on you. Putting it back on you.
Yeah, you get it.
Basically, the Wine Academy is, I'm going to make a reference here that's going to be out of left field for me and my fans. It's like X-Men, okay? We have like, what's that guy with the...
Charles Xavier.
Charles Xavier. We got Magneto. We got all these people there, and all the sommeliers are there, and they're like...
they're the sommeliers heirs, which is amazing. All the heirs are there.
Yes, and they are we have a few people. I'll go through them. We have Emily, of course, who is I would liken her to a maybe Jubilee. Okay, she's the new one in town. We got Kristen. She's like a snobby girl, and her dad funds the whole competition. She's probably like a Storm. Let's go with a Storm.
Storm. Correct.
And we have Lucia. She's the nice girl. Let's say she's like a Jean Grey. And then we have Clayton. He's the hunk. He's like the guy with the glasses.
Yeah.
Cyclops.
Yeah.
And then we have Chad, the British hunk in a bow tie. And he's probably like the monster guy
Beast.
that has a British accent.
Yeah.
Beast. The Beast. Yeah. So that is the extent of my X-Men knowledge. You're welcome.
You did a great job.
You're welcome, nerds.
I can picture it now. Yeah. Thank you.
I never thought about this in X-Men terms, but it suddenly like becomes very clear. Like, yes, This is wine X-Men.
S-men, yes. Sommelier men.
Well, and when in a TV movie, when you get this many characters in the beginning, you're like, I got to find some way to figure this out. So that's what I did in my brain. I was like, all right, I'm just going to make this the X-Men cartoon for me. Okay. They all do a blind tasting. Emily's like, they're the one guy in the bow tie. He's like the British guy. He's like, oh, this wine reminds me of a Pinot Noir.
Is he British?
Yeah, he's totally British.
I think he's just fancy. He's like, no. I think that this is.
Oh, you're saying because it's the U.S. competition. Well, let me tell you, the drag race this year, the All-Stars has a UK drag queen in it. But it's America Drag Race.
Well, no, that's fine. What I'm saying though is he doesn't
passports and drag race. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. So I don't know why sommeliers would be different.
All I'm saying is that he wasn't British. He just talked fancy.
He doesn't think he's British.
I don't think the guy had a British accent.
You know how I am with accents. Not my strong point. Not my strong point.
You heard someone talking fancy and you said must be British.
I know we've gone the British accent twice already, Patrick, but can you say sommelier in a British accent?
Sommelier.
Oh wow, that was good. Better. Yeah,
that's the key to you getting over that word. Is every time you say it, you just got to kick on the British.
Sommelier.
All right, I'll do that from now on for this show.
Thank you.
And forever.
And forever. Oh, wow. Man, that's commitment.
Yeah. Bits never die.
Bits never die. Oh, we know it.
So everyone's like offended that Emily like comes in with this wine because she undercuts the maybe British guy. And she's like, actually, it tastes like that wine you drink in college.
That comes out of a box.
She can't say the brand, Franzia. But I can, and I will. I'm not afraid. And
says the guy who literally 10 minutes ago said he will not talk about brands of wine.
You're right. I'm contradicting myself.
It's fantastic.
Francis would never sponsor me. They're too big of a
Cooper's
name.
Dog. You don't drink that one. What is it? Is that
no? Cooper's Hawk.
Cooper's Hawk. My bad.
Avoid at all costs. And he gets very mad. He like smashes a glass again. Artistic shot there of the glass shattering in slow motion, and it's very it's a throwback to when Emily's mom dropped the bottle and it smashed. So it's a clue.
Ooh,
it's a clue.
It's a clue
that if you didn't catch on that they were related, that's your clue.
Yeah. But just to be clear here, the sommelier school's first test was whether or not you can decipher if this wine is a nice wine or box wine. That was the first.
That was the clue for the sommeliers.
That was the first test. Is because everybody's trying to be fancy. Everybody's like, "Oh, I think it." He's not British. He's like, "I think it is," and gives some long thing. And she's just like, I'm a box girl. It's a box wine. No problem.
Yeah. So these people train their whole years and years to be sommeliers.
Well, I don't think they expected the first wine out of the gate to be box wine. It was a trick.
It's a trick.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
It was a trick.
You can't trick her though.
No, not her. She knew it was a Franzia.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
out the box.
Emily's good. So Emily wins a tour with Victor, the Charles Xavier of this place, to the cave wine cellar that we saw at the beginning of the movie.
That's right. This up and coming young female sommelier in training won a tour of a cave with an old man.
Charles Xavier, though, not just any old man.
What could go wrong, Patrick?
Right. Exactly. You're like, what could go wrong? Well, everybody gets jealous of her, first of all. So we have that whole dynamic of like drama, where like the vlogger got it. And one of the guy, Chad, he's like, oh, well, I didn't know that we were bringing trash wine and trash vloggers to the competition.
Uh-oh. Got him.
Yeah. And like in the cave, like something scary happens and Emily's like, is someone here? That type of thing. But nothing comes of it. They do the next like contest that they have to do is they have to go prune the grapes from the vine or whatever. And
it's just a bad internship.
Yeah, it really is. Emily has like a panic attack or something, or is like poisoned, and she passes out in the middle of the pruning, and she's like, someone drugged me.
That's right. So right before this, Patrick, the X-Men are all meeting together, and they're all still mad at her for winning winning the competition, blah, blah, blah. And this girl, a prissy girl, gives her some sass, and Doe walks out. And she follows her with a glass of wine, gives it to her, and then right afterwards they go to prune. So when she falls, she faints. She assumes that Prissy girl poisoned her with the wine. So that's where we are here. Mm-hmm. Just immediately accusing somebody.
Prissy girl, yes,
of poison.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's Kristen, the girl whose dad is sponsoring the whole thing.
Of course.
And which one is she? Which X-Men?
Storm?
What did I say? I think she's Storm.
Okay, great.
Jean Grey? Storm is what you said, I believe.
Yes, she's Storm. She's sassy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So the Emily wants to call the police, but everyone's like, there's no proof. Also, they all had to turn in their cell phones when they arrived to the academy.
Yeah.
So no one has a cell phone, of course.
Standard.
It's like camp.
Yeah.
And Jillian is there, and Victor, they're running the whole thing, and they decide to pair Emily with Kristen so they can work out their differences.
That's right.
Or die trying.
That's right. Chilled.
Revenge.
Yes,
served.
Revenge.
Etc.
Served. And Emily almost dies on their next thing. They have to clean out these big metal wine barrels, right? And
again, bad internship. It's just a bad internship.
It's just cleaning. Emily gets into the thing, and it's like she's standing up. And I don't know if you've ever seen these metal wine things, but they're kind of interesting because they have a big thing at the top that covers up, and then the water pours in. Well, that cover comes on when Emily's in there. Water starts pouring in, and she full on has a actual panic attack. This is when I was like, this actress is really good, because she's banging, and she's trying to kick the little door to get out open, and really freaking out. I believed her for real. If it was me, I'd be like, let me out. But she was crying, and I was fearful for Emily.
Yeah.
In this moment.
She gets rescued, and she immediately assumes it's Prissy girl.
Prissy girl. Yeah.
But she's like, no, I walked away. And then fancy British, not British, starts laughing. He's like, no one was suspecting him, but he's like, gotcha. And I'm like, buddy, you didn't have to come clean. No one was accusing you, but he gave it pretty quickly, and he said it was him, and he gets sent home.
He gets just immediately.
Immediately.
Your tribe is spoken.
That's exactly right.
Man.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
He's gone. So he's out. Kristen is our next person to go. She gets knocked out in a hallway shortly after all this goes down, because Emily's looking to apologize and be sorry, I thought it was you. But Kristen's gone. She just goes missing. And the next day, all her belongings are removed from her room. And Lucia, the nice girl, who's the Jean Grey, is oh, well, I think it's good because we have less competition and we can really focus on why we're here, which is the wine and tasting and doing our jobs.
So now it's just Lucia, Emily,
and Clayton the Hunk.
Clayton
the Hunk.
Yeah. And they're kind of a close pack, those three.
They've had a little alliance.
Yeah.
This is more of a Survivor illustration, but they've got an alliance going now.
Love Survivor. But yes. And Clayton the Hunk gets very hunky with Emily. He takes his shirt off and he's telling her that he can trust her, or she can trust him.
Both ways work, though. You're right. He can trust her.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You never trust a man with his shirt off. Okay, he has an agenda. If a man is talking to you with his shirt off, you better watch out.
He showed up at her door with his shirt off.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay, Clayton.
You just knock on the door like that. Yeah. There's an agenda there.
Yeah.
For sure.
I would never.
No, that's rude. I mean, put on a shirt.
Put on a shirt.
At the very least.
Put on a shirt. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And they start
I
love
a shirtless hunk. I love a shirtless hunk. But if you're coming to my room in the middle of the night, no, don't be no shirt unless you are wanting something, which he was.
What's that over your shoulder?
Yeah, you do love a shirtless hunk.
I do have a shirtless hunk calendar in my.
That.
There. Oh, do you
Mr.
need
May.
proof?
So what a hunk.
It came with the apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't buy it. But yeah, so of course they have sexy time because she trusts him. And then the next day,
well, almost sexy time. She calls it off. She says, if we go full blown sexy time, it might be a distraction. I don't want a distraction. Saw full blown sexy time live. Phenomenal.
True.
And so she calls it off, but she says maybe after, he's like, maybe after the competition, I can distract you. And she's like, yes.
And then go for full blown sexy.
Full blown sexy. Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Well, right. Because I think this might have been shopped to Hallmark first and then to Lifetime. I feel like it was like maybe like a shooting for a Hallmark and then maybe got passed and then went to Lifetime. One of those.
I feel like there was a lot of red flags for Hallmark already before this one. That's probably
Hallmark did. Hallmark. I appreciate them trying, but Hallmark didn't even make it this far.
Okay. All right. Fair. Emily the next morning has an allergic reaction to some goose feathers in a pillow or something. And she loses her taste and smell.
That's going to be hard to be a sommelier.
Yeah. Also, it sounds like COVID. She probably should go home immediately and everyone should quarantine.
True. But, you know, COVID doesn't exist in this world.
Okay, fair enough.
So she just goes to the next thing, which is a tasting, of course. So she does a blind tasting and she just goes off of sight alone. She looks at the body of the wine.
Yeah.
She sees the tannins or whatever.
The legs.
And the legs, yep. And she nails it. She A+'s it.
100%.
Without having taste or smell.
She got a 100. All the other two kids, Clayton and Kristen,
Kershaw.
whatever, they're talking like, "What'd you think about that one? I thought it was this." And the girl's like, "No, I thought it was this." And Emily walks in and she's like, "Actually, you're wrong, and I didn't even need to taste it." And they're just like, "Whoa."
Well, because she knows at this point, she's like, someone's out to sabotage me, and I'm not having it. I'm gonna win this. I'm doing this for my dead mother. And also, like, everyone seems mad at Emily. Even the people who are running it, Victor and Jillian, they're like, damn, we didn't think she'd get this far. Like, ugh. So you're like, who is the person sabotaging her? Because it seems like everybody is at this point.
That's exactly right.
No one wants her to win.
Everybody hates Emily.
Everybody hates her. She's like so likable too. It's like the most likable actress. Like, I would love it. I would love this movie if she was like so mean and like annoying, and then everyone's like, "Oh, she's the worst," and I'm like, "Yeah, she is the worst."
I'll play devil's here. Hello,
okay,
devil here. She was a charming actor, but I found her character. You know that person who every time you're like doing a competition, they're like, "Oh, you're cheating. Oh, didn't you see that? Didn't you see that, ref?" Like, it was like every scene there was like something that she was like complaining or accusing somebody of, and
putting her in wine containers. Though.
Yeah, but I think eventually it's just like, okay, enough with the.
So you're getting bullied to the point of death. Enough, Emily.
I think people, if you're in a cutthroat competition, people might, okay, so a goose feather, the only thing that she has actual proof of is the chamber of water.
Secrets.
It's secrets. Everything else, she has no proof.
Someone put her in a chamber.
I understand that happened. Yes, but if you're
admitted to it,
but if the guy didn't admit to it, draw the string here, everybody, draw the string, start putting marks, because nothing is provable. Everything she could have easily done to herself.
What does draw the string mean?
It means draw the string,
like pull the string.
No, draw the string. Do it. Draw the string, and you start
time marks in it. What does that mean?
So the first thing, she got poisoned. All right, there's no proof of that. She just fell down. Okay, whatever. The goose feathers. No,
draw the string.
Draw the string is all I'm saying. So I just feel like there was a lot of.
Well, Patrick really likes her, and I feel like I side with Patrick on this in my limited knowledge here.
I mean, Bran, again, you give these Lifetime movies a lot more credit than they deserve. Like, what you're saying, it would be amazing if she like did this all to herself and it was all just a con to like gain sympathy and like be a true sociopath. Like,
gosh, wouldn't it have been great if she was though?
It would have been awesome, but that, again, like, You're too smart for a lifetime. You're just too smart for a lifetime.
Smart. Draw the string.
Draw the string is all I'm saying. I want everyone to sit down and just draw the string, and then you'll figure out what I'm getting at.
But so all this stuff really does happen to her. So
yes.
Okay. So what's
my point was Patrick was like, she's super likable, but if I'm in the competition, I'm annoyed by her. Because it's like everything's happening to her. Yeah. It's like the we're the youngest siblings. And it was always like everything bad's happening to me, right. blame. Yeah. And I could see that being annoying if you're in the competition. As a viewer, I love her.
Got it.
Right. Okay, so we get our final competition between the 3 finalists.
Yep.
They have to do table service for Victor and Jillian. And Emily wants to serve the champagne that her mom liked, which incidentally was the champagne that was smashed in the beginning of the movie.
Wow.
She goes to her room to get it. She runs into Chad, who's back with his bow tie and his maybe Britishness, and he is like, sorry, I poisoned you because someone told me to, and I did all this because people told me to. But before he can say who did it, he's knocked in the head with a bottle of wine, and he's out cold. And Emily screams and runs away.
We don't see who did. We don't see who did it. We don't see who did it.
We don't see who did it.
Does Emily see who does it?
I don't. She must. She must.
You would think so, but she still seems surprised later, so I don't know.
Yeah, she runs away. She runs into Clayton, the hunky hunk. He has a shirt on now. Unfortunately, he's like, calm down. Let's go to the party. And she's like, no. And she runs away. She goes into an office and finds the class photo that her mother was in the year her mother was there, and she sees Jillian in the photo, and Jillian was in the same class. So Jillian and Victor both were classmates of her mom.
Yep.
And earlier at the party, Jillian used a saber to open a bottle of wine, which if you've ever done is really fun.
I've seen it done. It
dangerous.
Seems like it would be a lot.
Have you done it?
Yeah.
Successfully?
You just
Did you have a saber around, or was this at a party where someone was
This was at like a controlled thing where like they were showing us how to do it.
Oh, so you got taught how to do it.
You went to a saber class?
I've been to so many wine things, goodness, but they do that early on in the wine tasting, so you're not gonna hurt yourself.
First, we will do the traditional corkscrew.
Yeah,
but next week, if you come back,
saber opening.
It's saber time, baby.
Saber time.
Yes. So, Jillian is behind Emily as she's looking at the photo with the said saber.
Whoa!
Which is why I'm bringing it up. So. Emily's like, oh crap, that's a saber. I've only got a photo. I don't know what to do. So she just goes along with Jillian, and Jillian's like, through flashback, we see that the mother was in the cave with Victor and young Jillian, and they basically killed her.
Yeah, best I can gather is her mom was like as good as Emily is, like she's really good, and so they were worried that she was the clear favorite, and so if we kill her, then we can become king and queen of wine time.
King and queen of wine time. That's a vaunted title. Yes.
And they staged the car accident, and all that.
Classic.
We don't see that, but if we saw that,
so much planning.
I'd love to see that part. We could have cut a bunch of stuff with the tasting and done more putting the dead body in the car and putting a rock on the thing. I love that. I love that in a movie. I think it's so funny. And then the car goes off the cliff and explodes. Like, give me that lifetime.
So much has to go right for that.
It's true. But, just consult me one time. Give me one view and I'll fix it.
It looks like she might have been hit in the back of the head by a saber. And I don't know how that would happen with the car accident, but I don't know. Yeah. We'll call it a car accident. Call it a day.
Yeah.
Go home to our families.
So we're back in present day. Emily is like, what? Did you kill my mom? And she smashes Jillian on the head with the bottle that she was getting for her mom. And she finds Kristen. Kristen's all tied up. She unties her. Then Victor shows up and he's like,
whoa.
No, you can't reveal our secret that we've kept for 20 years. And there's a struggle that happens.
Oh.
And Victor's like strangling Emily, which is scary. And she pushes him back, but she pushes him onto the saber.
I know.
Oh no.
Yep. And so he's
fallen
so
on his sword.
Oh boy.
Am I right?
He is so dead, but in all Lifetime movies, the dead come back. So Jillian pops up and has her like Michael Myers moment. And the best part of this is Emily just starts grabbing wine bottles from the shelf and just starts chucking them at her.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
Use what's at your disposal.
That's exactly right.
Got wine bottles. Let's
and
go.
then if that wasn't enough, throwing wine bottles at her, she like pulls over a whole shelf of wine and just knocks out Jillian with the whole shelf of wine.
Now I do feel bad for our British, not British friend because he's caught in the
in between.
He gets that shelf falls on him too, and I feel bad.
Oh, yeah.
Any hope that he could come back to life is now squandered.
No. We got a body count of at least 3 here.
At least 3
in one scene.
That's right.
But the best part, and this is like where kind of like this is a different turn for Lifetime. Like this was a good director choice. She just pops open a bottle of champagne. Yeah. It's like it's bubbling over. The things are burning behind her, and she's slow-mo walking and just chugs the champagne, passes it to Kristen. Kristen chugs the champagne. It's a very like woman empowerment. If this was like Women's History Month, I'd be like, yes. I'd show this to all my if I taught school, I'd be like, this is women empowerment.
At its finest right here.
Now, do you show the part where the nice girl's getting arrested for being in on the plan, or do you stop that in your women empowerment?
I didn't even write that down.
You don't remember her? So so Prissy girl is still alive. So she's friends now with Emily, obviously. Yeah. But the nice girl was actually she was a part of the whole thing. Like she had been convinced by the 2 old people to do so. Like the pillows was her, and
she was in on it.
She was in on it. Yeah. She was in on it. She probably did the drugging. So that's why, like, when Clay is it Clay? British, not British. When he says that somebody was telling me to do, like, she was all like they were all in on it together.
Helping pull the strings as well. I got you.
That's right. So she was getting arrested.
Yeah, she was one of the masterminds. So we cut to Emily. We get our little final thing. And Emily and Kristen are running a restaurant together. It's great. The hunk is there with the shirt off. Oh, I think he had a shirt on. But he's there for moral support. And some influencers show up and like, hi, we're influencers. And Emily's like, thank you. We don't have any room for you. And then she seats like 2 regulars behind her that were in the beginning of the movie.
That's right.
And she's like, come this way. We've saved your table. So she values
loyalty.
her customers over social media and influencers.
She's learned.
And
you can tell.
She doesn't want to be JoJo Siwa, but I am here to say she's wrong. And
what happened to JoJo?
What's wrong with JoJo Siwa?
I don't pick any regular over a social media influencer.
What happened to JoJo Siwa?
Well, yeah.
What do you mean?
Why are you dragging JoJo Siwa's name through the mud?
Oh, no, I'm saying JoJo Siwa is like the best influencer I can think of.
Got it. I thought JoJo did something.
Yeah. Like, how dare you?
She's in the LGBTQ family, so I have to like her. It's mandatory.
That's right. That's right.
It's like once you join the club, I got to be your friend. So
apparently.
Yeah.
There's some people I don't like that much, like, like Andy Cohen, like he's kind of rude. But
he is kind of rude. Like. But on New Year's Eve with Anderson Cooper, those 2 are just a delight. On New Year's Eve.
If Andy Cohen asked me to come on that, I'd go. Yeah. And I'd be like, don't be rude though.
Don't be rude.
If he said something rude, I'd say you're rude.
But that wouldn't be a deal breaker. Like you'd go even if he was going to be rude though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that would play well, right?
Yes.
I'm kind of nice.
Yes,
and he's kind of rude.
Yeah,
like
that's a good pairing there.
Yeah, a perfect.
I watched that. I see what you did there.
But one thing I don't know, Patrick, is why the restaurant was suddenly like a big success after. Like, did she? Because I don't think she ever got sommelier status. Like, just because she, like everyone else died doesn't mean she just becomes a sommelier. So I don't know why her restaurant suddenly was a big success.
Doesn't matter. It's just a happy ending, and that's all we want.
Is it because they started serving wine?
Yeah,
I got this great idea.
They didn't really serve wine.
What if people wanted to drink some wine with their dinner? We could serve wine here at this restaurant. It would change the game forever. It's unbelievable.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it did.
Have either of you guys ever tried to slug some champagne straight from a bottle, like just popped? Have you ever done that before?
Yeah, you got to go slowly.
Yeah. If you do it, it is not good. Like it is like instant heartburn.
You and Panda did that, didn't
yeah,
you?
Panda and I tried it. It is instant heart. It is not a pleasant experience at all. Like
You got to be careful. You can get the bubbles popping back in your face.
don't
I mean,
want
it's a carbonated beverage. So
yeah.
if you wouldn't do it with the soda, don't do it with champagne.
It's very carbonated. Yeah. Yeah. So they're just walking away from that, just doing that. I mean, that's impressive. That is women empowerment. I like it.
It was like so hardcore. I was like, dang,
I
these
did.
girls
I love
are.
that moment. It was a great moment.
That was maybe one of my favorite shots in a Lifetime movie this year.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, we did it. So let's pour it up or put a cork in it. Did I do it?
Yep, that is exactly right.
Nice.
Pour it up or put a cork in it. We'll start with I guess Dan, because you didn't see the movie.
Yeah, that's typically how it goes.
I love how you're still surprised.
Every time you're like, is it Dan? Is that who we start with?
You're still surprised.
That's because every time I record with you guys, it's always a fun new experience. So I shock
fresh
myself
every
every time.
Yeah. Shockingly enough, I think I'm going to pour this one up. I got the X-Men of sommeliers.
Yep.
I got a walking away from a burning building, just slugging champagne straight from the bottle. I got enough here for a terribly, laughably bad recommend for me. That's what I took. That's what I took away from this experience. Was it didn't sound like a run-of-the-mill Lifetime movie, and so it's a pour it up for me.
I love that. Good on you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Bran, what do you think?
I feel like I pour it up every month, but this month is no surprise. It's a pour it up. I loved it, and I got to see a couple of trailers for our guy Palaha's new movie that's coming out next weekend.
In Bristol, Tennessee.
Yeah, which looks very intense, and they show a kiss in the preview, and boy, are they going.
Are we watching that one?
I don't know.
We watch all of Palaha's stuff.
I don't know how to fit it in to the thing.
If we can get it in the schedule, I mean, I'd cover that. But
Dan wants to watch it.
I want to watch it. Which
So maybe we do a traditional deck the homework, but Patrick comes on.
Yes, I like
to help
that.
us review
I like
it. That might be what we do.
I like it.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll be in touch. But it looks very intense. Like it's not like there's just different storage units of Lifetime movies, and some of them are fun and silly and murdery, and this one seems very like intense.
Different storage units.
I just came up with that right now.
Draw the string.
That's right. Draw the string. Patrick, pouring it up.
So this movie, it does take itself very seriously, which is a good thing for cinematography, direction, all that stuff was good. The acting was good. It was a mystery, which usually I don't prefer, but included a lot of wine. So I love that. And, there was some moments where I was generally concerned for the lead and I cared about what happened and I wanted to know. I mean, the ending was stupid, but I think I saw the ending coming a mile away and they delivered on what I thought it was. So I'm going to pour it up for this one. Yeah, it was one of the better ones this year. Was it the best ever? No, but this year's Lifetime movies have been kind of subpar. I've been putting a cork in a lot of them. But this one was fun, worth a watch, especially if you're with some girlfriends or guy friends or gay friends or any friend, dog friends, anybody just drinking wine and having fun. And it's one of those. It would be good watching.
Can I ask you this? This is a question that I had, and then we'll be done. Why did they invite her? What was the gain in inviting the girl of the mom that they killed?
You're right. They shouldn't have done that.
I don't know.
They could have afforded the whole thing.
I don't know why they did it.
You're trying to talk too much sense here. We wouldn't even have the movie if they did that.
I think she earned the spot maybe by popular vote or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And it was the first
they had
time
no
they had done that.
Yeah, don't do that. I don't know.
Don't do that.
But aside from that, I would like to see a Hallmark movie where a Lifetime movie where the lead ends, like the twist is that the lead is orchestrating the whole thing. I like that. I don't know if that's been done a lot.
Happened before.
I'm sure it has, but
it has happened before, but very rarely and very rarely well done. So the way that you explained it with your
draw the line.
strings.
Right.
I think that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But it would have made this movie way more cool, especially if chugging the wine and everything. But we'll get there. Well, I think next month we're gonna do Melissa Joan Hart Hoarder movie, so we'll get that in there. And she's gonna be taking it very serious, and we'll see how that goes. But she'll be the villain, I guess, in the movie if she's the hoarder, or she's the victim. I don't know.
Can't wait for that. Well, here's what we'll plan, Patrick. We'll plan on doing that one at the end of next month, but also earlier in the month, you'll join us and we'll do a little Christopher
Buried
Blaha.
in Barstow.
Yeah, excited about that. I think we'll do a double dose of Patrick next month.
I love it.
Tell your parents to that brunch is off.
My poor parents.
Cancel brunch for the month of June. We did, everybody. We'll be back next month. Until then, may we be the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Back the Hallmark is a Bramble Jam podcast recorded live in, that Greenville, South Carolina. Is produced by Brandon Gray. Set decor by Plum Haywood Mall. For more information on all Bramble Jam podcasts, you can go to bramblejampodcast.com. For more information on how to listen to Deck the Hallmark ad-free, you can go to bramblejamplus.com.